Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's happening? This your girl Tiffany coming through live in effect. So tonight, I want to get into a conversation that needs to be the focus at this point. The thing that we must ask ourselves, right? When it comes to manhood and womanhood, by what measurement and what standards do you define man and womanhood? And in this case, when it comes to womanhood in particular, for us as Black women, what is womanhood in Western culture? What is the standard of womanhood? And what does it mean to be a woman in a society like America, especially as a Black woman? Because maybe I'm not getting it. It seems like there is the reverse psychology here. It seems like womanhood is backwards. Like womanhood has been replaced. It seems like hoism, sluttiness, prostitution, being a concubine have replaced womanhood, or what's the meaning of being a woman. And what I'm trying to say is, it's like if you don't act upon being very sexual or being ratchet, then you're not a definition of a woman. It seems like it's better to be a hoe than to be a woman. And so what I'm getting at is womanhood is defined by sexuality. That's what I'm getting at. That's what it seems like to me. That womanhood is defined by sexuality. So in our generation of women, as of today, we allow people like Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, who I respect, Amber Rose, Nicki Minaj, to tell us that womanhood is based on our sexuality. So basically the message is if you express yourself more sexually, the more sexually you are, the more woman you become. That's the psychology. The more sexual you are, the more you become a woman. The more you try to run psychological game on men, take their money, or drug them, you become a woman. But if you try to be more respectable, be more humble, and do domestic things such as home economics, then you're pretty much looked at as a coward. This is why people tear down feminism, because feminism has created this illusionary philosophy that in order to be a woman, you got to express your sexuality. That's what they have programmed these women to believe. That your sexuality is what makes you a woman. Your body is what makes you a woman. Not the mind, not the intellect, not your skills as far as what you can do besides other things in the bedroom. Not none of those things. But your ability to express yourself sexually, to show off your body image. Where are we going? What is womanhood in America? What does it mean to be a woman? So womanhood is defined by how good I can perform in the bed with my mate. Is that what you're telling me? So you're going to define me based on how good I can perform in the bed. All right, I'm going to show an article real fast. This article is about Cardi B, considered as the woman of the year. Let me read the article. Let me show you the article, please. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show the article. All right, so right here. It says Cardi B presented with Billboard Woman of the Year award by Breonna Taylor's mother. Cardi has used her platform to spread truth about what happened to Breonna and to reaffirm that Black women's lives matter. Let me say something. Cardi B wasn't the only one that stated that. That's the thing. Cardi B was not the only one that said Black women lives matter. There was plenty of people that said the same thing. There was plenty of rappers that talked about it. So what has she done that impacted women in society? Let's continue. And it says, Cardi B has picked up Billboard's Woman of the Year award for 2020 and was presented with the award by Breonna Taylor's mother. Cardi has been a strong advocate for justice in the case of Taylor, a 26-year-old who was shot and killed by a police officer raided her Kentucky home with a no-knock warrant on suspicion that her home may have been used to receive drug packages. The rapper previously called for more rappers to speak on the Taylor case. Presenting Cardi B with the award, Taylor's mother, Tamika Palmer, said Cardi has used her platform to spread the truth about what happened to Breonna and to reaffirm that Black women's lives matter. In her acceptance speech, Cardi spoke to all the girls out there that are just like me and said that in order to achieve success, you got to put your mind to it. Read Cardi B's full Billboard Woman of the Year acceptance speech below and watch Palmer give her the award here. Okay. Let's read it. What did Cardi say? This year, when it came to music, I had so many things planned. I had so many projects I wanted to come out. Unfortunately, due to COVID, I couldn't put out the visuals the way I wanted. It messed up my creative space. You know, I think everyone this year was just messed up. So I'm grateful and thankful that the song I actually did put out this year, which was WAP, Future Megan Thee Stallion, not only was it an amazing song that broke so many records, but it was a conversation that I never thought was going to be so big. I mean, it pissed off a bunch of Republicans for no reason. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. Okay. I want to say thank you, everybody. And I want to say to all the girls out there that are just like me or just regular girls, when I came into the music industry, I didn't know if people were going to accept me throughout the years. If you listen to my mixtape and you listen to my music now, I have progressed because I want to progress. I want to be the best I can at anything I do. And you know, you got to put your mind to it. When I first became an adult, I always wanted to be an artist. But when bills come, situation come, you're like, you're just like, damn, what am I going to do in order the next 5 or 4 years? And you're just working to survive and pay bills and everything. And that's not what life is all about. Life is about making your dreams come true. But in order to make your dreams come true, don't think that it's gonna come and fall from the sky to your lap. You actually got to put in the work. You got to be ambitious. You got to network. You got to become great at what you do. You got to be able to take criticism. Oh, I can't believe she said that. Believe it or not, y'all be saying I don't take criticism. But yes, I do. That's why when people be like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, I practice so I can become better and better. There's hope. There's hope for your dreams. Thank you guys for everything. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. Thank you for always uplifting me when I'm going through stuff into me or not. Thank you for always loving my music. Thank you for loving me. And I love you guys, and bye. Okay. So she said she can take criticism. So if you can take criticism, then why is that when people made the criticism about the song WAP, that she attacked so many people? She come back saying stuff like, oh, you're mad because your pussy is dry, and oh, you mad because you probably don't get none. Like, what is all that about if you could take criticism? See, this is what I don't understand about artists. They put out music, right? And they expect for people not to give their own critique. They expect people to just like their stuff and don't have any type of opinion about it. That makes no sense to me at all. It makes no sense. So what's the purpose of putting out music if you don't want people to express bad reviews about it? That comes with the territory. So right there, when she said she could take criticism, she can't. She's lying. Because otherwise she wouldn't be always in her feelings attacking people. Another thing, she talking about she put her hard work and effort to it. How did she put hard work and effort to it? Because not too long ago, Cardi admitted that she used to drug men and take their money. She used to drug them and rob them. But she played the victim. She sat there and acted like she was a victim and she was victimized, when all this time she was an opportunist. But the point I'm trying to get at, and then there were some people that gave criticism about this woman posting up a purse that she bought for $89,000. And, people was asking like, hey, this is a pandemic. A lot of this stuff is going on. And you claim that you really care, but where's the care at? How do you care about people if you posting up you got $89,000 purse? And I understand where people coming from. Yes, at the end of the day, she has the right to spend her money how she wants to, whatever. But people also have the right to ask questions, because if you don't want people to say anything about your little $89,000 purse, then why post it up? Well, you just post it up so people cannot say nothing just for show? No, people gonna say something. People gonna comment. And the people that you're dogging out are your fans. These are everyday people who work 9-to-5 jobs, who's buying your record, who supported you. So one lady got on there and said that Cardi gave her only $500 for whatever it was, but she's showing that she got $89,000. Let me tell y'all something. Let me put y'all on some secret. A lot of these celebrities do not give a damn about you. They don't give a damn about you until it's time for your consumership. If it's not about consumership, they don't care. They're not thinking about you. Now, there's a few ones that are very sincere. that's very giving, and that's very compassionate. But a vast majority of them don't care. And a lot of them, when they do these little charities and all this philanthropy work, it's a tax write-off. It's a tax write-off. They do it because they don't have to pay as much in taxes. They'll get most of their money back. So they figure, hey, why not do charity work so that way I can get most of my money back? That's what it's about. So, by us expecting celebrities to do for us and be an example to us, it's not going to happen. Because they only there to entertain. They trying to get the paper and keep it moving. And that's it. But the concept is, I don't get it. To me, that's a slap in the face to all women out there who are actually have done more than what Cardi B has done, who are actually trying to set more standard for women as far as status is concerned than Cardi B. So it's like, out of all women, Cardi B got to be the one that is considered as the woman of the year, when you have other women who have done a lot more work than she ever done. So I don't understand. But we look at, I wouldn't say we, but our generation look at people like Cardi as a center of, or definition of, womanhood. Our people look at Cardi as the definition of womanhood. Especially us Black women. And that goes to show you, we don't know what womanhood is. And what we have taught to be womanhood, we look at that as being boring, uninteresting, not as exciting. All these radical thoughts that we have, it comes from feminism. It comes from a liberal approach. That's where it comes from. It comes from a liberal standpoint. That's where it comes from. Real quick, I just want to look at something real fast. It's dealing with the feminization of psychology. Okay. So I just want to read this because maybe I'm trying to draw the line here. I'm trying to figure out how is womanhood is defined as of today. So maybe this article can help. All right, so here's the article here. Let's look at feminization of psychology. All right, so it says an increasing number of women are joining the field of psychology. According to the National Science Foundation, the percentage of women receiving psychology doctoral degrees increased from approximately 15% in 1950 to 55% in 1988. In 2002, an American Psychological Association task force found nearly 2/3 of all recipients of master's degrees and doctorates in clinical or counseling psychology were women. In 1985, 34% of APA membership was females. In 2000, the membership was 49% female, reflecting a 15% increase over 15 years. All right, so let's look at understanding the term feminization of counseling psychology. The term feminization of psychology was coined in order to describe the changing demographic of psychology. Within counseling psychology, however, although reference has been made to its gender constitution, little research has been conducted. In general, confusion has existed regarding how the phrase feminization is used. For example, the feminization of psychology has often been employed to describe how the sex ratio of women to men is impacting both positively and negatively the field of psychology. All right. So let's see if I can find more information. Maybe I'm on the wrong article. I don't know. Maybe I need to look somewhere else. You know what? Let me find something else because maybe this is not good enough. Let me find another source. Let me find another source that deals with the psychology of females. Hmm. Let's look. Let me look this up right here. Maybe, just maybe, just maybe. Just maybe let me find out. Let me see something. I don't hmm. Let me see something. Let me see if I can use this source right here. All right, so let's see. This source says why womanhood doesn't demand proof and manhood does. Interesting. One of the very interesting and unappreciated things about the differences in human male and female nature is is that femininity doesn't need to prove itself. Manhood does. Oh, okay. Let me see. Let me see what they're talking about here. It says an authentic femininity rarely involves tests or proof of action. Rather, femininity is more often construed as a biological given. By David Gilmour, Manhood in the Making, Cultural Concept of Masculinity. Manhood is not a developmental certainty. Manhood requires social proof. Joseph Vadillo, Precarious Manhood. One of the very interesting and unappreciated things about differences in the human male and female nature is that femininity doesn't need to prove itself. Manhood does. This has been long recognized in many academic disciplines: anthropology, sociology, political science, and psychology. Why is this and why does it matter? It matters because it reveals something vital about both natures. It really comes down to this: a good man does, a good woman is. And this is what it says. It says manhood is largely an action, a behavior to demonstrate to the community. Womanhood is more of an essence, a nature to be observed and experienced. Women do not need to prove their womanhood. What? Women do not need to prove their womanhood. Men do. It's why the phrase make a man out of him exists in nearly all culture and is easily understood. There is no similar statement about women. Leading scholars on the topic explain this bluntly. Manhood, in contrast to womanhood, is seen as precarious state requiring continuous social proof and validation. Girls and women do not seem to have the same requirements of social proof to achieve and maintain their essential status as women. So, womanhood just come naturally, but manhood don't. So men have to show and prove their social status, but women don't. So being a woman should be automatically. I'm gonna read more from this article because Okay, so let's see this. Manhood is a status that must be demonstrated actively, something difficult to earn and easy to lose. Women and girls, they explain, do not typically have the same requirement of proof in order to achieve and maintain womanhood status. This is because manhood and womanhood are two very real and different things, and not just for the individual, but for society as well. Uh, hmm. It says a good man is judged by his action, what he does or fails to do. A good man is honest, step up, works hard, produces more than he consumes, and provide for others. He is self-sacrificing. He stands for truth and defends women, children, and the little guy. He is never a bully. A bad man is the opposite of all these things. The good man knows when and how to be a gentleman and expect the other men to do the same. He does not promote himself. He resists passivity, making the right things happen at the right time in the right way. His manhood is demonstrated in what he does and doesn't do. It is why Harvey Mansfield state manlessness exists only in its instant. Manhood undemonstrated is nothing. Oh, so let's see what they talk about with womanhood. While what the woman does certainly matters, her primary virtue as a woman is not in what she does and doesn't do, but in her essence. Womanhood belongs to her merely by her existence as maturing female. She has a quiet confidence, modesty, and dignity. She expects others to rise to her expectation and guides them in doing so, largely without them knowing. She expects to be treated with dignity. She is aware of her feminine strength and uses it for good. She wears her beauty with gentle subtlety. She is a complex creature far more than the male and doesn't apologize for it. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Good manhood is something the man must achieve. Good womanhood is, wait a minute. Good manhood is something the man must achieve. Good womanhood just is. In fact, only her action can cast doubt upon her womanhood. This is one of the most subtle but substantial way in which manhood and woman are different, how they uniquely affect those around them, and this is true across human cultures and experience. Manhood refers to a social status and aspirational identity that perpetually needs to be proven. It reflects the embodiment of virtuous character and traits. It is defined and exists in comparison with expectation of younger males and ideals and expectation of women and womanhood. This is why manhood as a personal and social quality is short is socially more fragile than womanhood. It must be taught, encouraged, and invested in if it's going to be demonstrated in the life of the growing boy and the benefit of his community. Wow. 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 So, by Western standard, basically, womanhood is just the essence. It doesn't require much. So it don't require much to be a woman, right? This is the Western standard. But it's required more to be a man. So that's why a lot of these women are walking around here thinking that they are women because it's not required much of them. They don't have to do much. Their essence alone is enough. So that's what the meaning of womanhood is. Being very complex all the time. Just your essence. Nothing else. No responsibility. No standards. No nothing. Just your essence. Just your presence. That's what the meaning of womanhood is. Just being present. So basically, going back to my initial argument, it's all about sexuality. So that's what the definition of womanhood is in American society, is based on your sexuality. Your sexuality is what is more important than anything. Hmm. Hmm. How interesting. How interesting. This is why we're screwed as a people. Because how can you have an expectation of one gender and not have an expectation of another gender? It don't matter what nature is. Yes, men and women are different, but there still should be level of expectation for both parties. I think that society, in particularly American society, is too lenient with women, but they're more hard on men. So women can get away with a lot of stuff because it's not as much expectation put on them. It's not much pressure being put on them collectively. It's too much leniency, lack of discipline. Hmm. Hmm. Mm. You know what? With that being said, I'm done. Um, yeah, I'm done. I'm done talking. So I'm just gonna leave it alone. But I just thought I had to get my 2 cents on this because there's a lot of question that needs to be asked, especially when it comes to the generation of women today. There's a lot of question that needs to be asked. Mm. All right then, but you know what? You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and log off. It's like this. Before I go, see, the older you become, the more wiser you are. And at this point, when you get old, you're gonna start seeing things from a psychology point of view versus the politics. So before you even look at the politics, the first thing you need to focus on is the psychology. Once you focus on the psychology, then you can go into the politics. But not the other way around, not the politics and then the psychology. No. Look at the psychology of things first, then deal with the politics. But anyways, until next time, please take it easy. Please be safe. And I'll reconnect with you all later. So may peace and power elevation be to all of you. And thank you for tuning in. This is your girl Tiffany, and I'm out.